My girlfriend said she blocked her ex months ago, until his name showed up on her phone while she was in the shower. The thing about lies is that most of them don't fall apart all at once. They crack slowly, quietly, in tiny places you almost miss if you're not paying attention. And if you love someone enough, you usually aren't paying attention. Or maybe you are, but you keep convincing yourself not to look too closely. That's what I did, not because I was stupid. Because I wanted peace more than I wanted suspicion. Her ex had always been one of those subjects that came with tension attached to it. Not explosive tension, just enough discomfort to make every conversation about him feel slightly heavier than it should have been. Early in our relationship, I asked the normal questions. How long were they together? Why did they break up? Were they still in contact? She answered everything without hesitation. Said they had dated on and off for almost 2 years. Said it ended badly. Said he had trouble letting go and kept trying to reach out after they broke up. Then she said the line that made me stop worrying about it. I blocked him months ago, completely. She said it casually, confidently, like it was old history and not worth revisiting. And because I wanted to be the kind of boyfriend who trusted his girlfriend instead of interrogating her about people from her past, I let that be the end of it. For a while it was, at least on the surface. But every now and then, little things would happen that made the subject feel not as dead as she claimed. Sometimes his name would come up in strange ways. Not directly, more like fragments. A random story about a restaurant they used to go to. A comment about a trip she never wanted to take again. A memory that slipped out too naturally for someone who had fully moved on. None of that meant she still wanted him. I know that. People have pasts. People remember things. That's normal. What made it feel less normal was how defensive she got any time. I asked even the smallest follow-up question. Not angry. Just quick. Too quick. Like she wanted the subject shut down before it could stay in the room too long. She'd say, "Why do you care about him?" Or, "I already told you he's blocked." And every time I'd back off. Because technically she wasn't wrong. If she had blocked him, then there was nothing to discuss, right? That's what I kept telling myself. Until the night her phone lit up while she was in the shower. It happened on a completely ordinary Tuesday. We had ordered food, watched half a movie, and she got up to shower before bed. I was still sitting on the couch scrolling through my own phone when I heard hers buzz on the coffee table beside me. I didn't look right away. I had never been the type to grab her phone every time it lit up, but then it buzzed again, and the screen turned just enough for the name to catch my eye. My entire body went still, because the name glowing across her lock screen was his full name. Clear as day. For a second, I honestly thought maybe there had to be some explanation that would make sense. If I just waited long enough to find it. Maybe it was an old email. Maybe someone had sent a screenshot. But then the preview appeared underneath his name. "Can we please talk tonight? I know you saw my last message." I stared at the screen without touching it. Every instinct in me was screaming now, because blocked people don't text you like that. Blocked people don't have last messages you've apparently seen. Blocked people don't show up on your phone at all unless they were never actually blocked to begin with. I looked toward the bathroom door and could still hear the shower running. And in that moment, I had one of those awful realizations that doesn't hit like panic. It hits like clarity. Quiet, heavy, immediate. I wasn't discovering one suspicious text. I was discovering that the foundation of what I had been told was false. And once one thing is false, everything around it starts to look different too. Suddenly every defensive reaction made sense. Every weird shift in tone. Every time she shut the topic down too quickly. It all led here. To a name on a screen that was never supposed to appear again. I should have put the phone down and waited. I know that. I should have asked her directly when she came out. But the truth is, by the time I saw that message, I already knew whatever explanation came next would be designed to protect her. Not me! So I picked up the phone. My hands were colder than they should have been as I unlocked it. I knew her passcode. The thread opened instantly. And within seconds, I realized this wasn't one message. It wasn't one weak moment. It was an active conversation. Ongoing, personal, familiar messages. Going back weeks. Maybe longer. Then I read the line that made everything impossible to deny. His message said, "I still think about the night you told me you made a mistake choosing him." And underneath it, there was no denial, no anger, no leave me alone. Just her reply from 2 nights earlier. Some choices don't feel real until it's too late.